Okay, reconnection successful. Well, thank you OBS for crashing in the first place. I really appreciate that. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. No, that was not great. Yeah, and that's what's been going on lately. OBS has been crashing periodically lately, and it hasn't just been me. I've been noticing it with other streamers as well. It's kind of frustrating, when you're doing what you're doing, and then all of a sudden, you get to disconnected. But I guess you could say it's better that it crashed now than during the meditation, right? At least it crashed when the stakes were lower. I'd much rather have it crash, early than late. Okay, but yeah, we're back. Anyways, I'm Magni James. I don't know if you're still around, but we are going to start a guided meditation now. Juggling Biohazard, do you say, okay, no worries, appreciate that short chess game, thank you. Yeah, well, I'm glad to be able to show you some chess. And like I said, if there's ever any interest in chess, just let me know, and I'll play a game, or we could do a lesson or something. But yeah, that's just how it goes. Okay, so. Yeah, all right, so you'll want to find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes. And take a few slow and deep breaths on your own. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out, slowly lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds merge together into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your attention on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the memory of their own inner light within them. And they will spread their light to all whom they encounter. until all of humanity is glowing radiantly as one once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye sight. Stay true to your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing from your mind. And return your focus to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. And the warmth which surrounds this love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place of perfect monism, all is one. Boundaries and separation cannot exist here. Fear and worry are barred from entrance to this location. For in this place, your cup is eternally filled with love. What is eternally full can never contain anything else. This place is your home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Stay true to your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your attention to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of consciousness. All the way down to your center point. The place inside you where all is one. The location where your essence flows the strongest. Keep your attention directed on this center. Allowing the oneness to overcome all dualism. Focusing on your center point. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you recall your true identity. At your center, you remember how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you recall your divine purpose. To spread love and light to all of those whom you encounter. Focus all your attention on your place of peace. For this home was given you for eternity. Eternally residing at your center point. Flowing endlessly from the source of all creation. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. Gently open your eyes, returning to this world, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more peaceful and relaxed, more centered and grounded, and more joyful and loving than you did prior to the meditation. And most importantly, I hope that you'll be able to take the peace and love from this meditation with you out into the external world and offer it to all those whom you encounter. Namaste. All right. How was that for everyone? That was a, 32-minute meditation, which is good. Hey, One Sluggy, you enjoyed it. Excellent. And a big shout out to One Sluggy. I saw that you popped in here earlier during the meditation. One Sluggy is just an awesome dude. He's a very genuine, authentic man, and he's also a streamer. He's a fellow streamer on Twitch. So check him out. Drop him a follow. He's just a really nice guy. And how you doing, man? How's life with you? I'm glad you enjoyed the meditation. And Eartha Mama, wow! I get to hang with you twice today. I saw Eartha Mama earlier today at the Shabbat ceremony over at Inspiritus Alchemy. It was so cool. It was such a great. Gina puts on such a great ritual, and it was so awesome. And the joy and love in that room was like nothing else. So it's cool that I get to spend more time with you, and that you enjoyed the meditation. Excellent. How are you doing tonight? And Taylor, yes, and another streamer. I'm just totally grateful for all of you wonderful people in my community, in our community, coming through here. Taylor, you said that was great. Thank you. Well, thank you for participating, for being here, for just hanging out. If people weren't here, I wouldn't be doing this. I mean, it would be weird. Maybe I would, but it would be weird. Just me sitting here by myself, talking to myself, right? Yeah, Taylor's a streamer here on Twitch as well. She hasn't been streaming as much as of late, but Alex still streams. So yeah, check her out, drop her a follow. And yeah, what's been going on with you, Taylor? How's life? How's life going with you? And when Sluggy, you say you're good, hope all's well. Yeah. Things. Life always fluctuates as far as how we feel, right? Feelings fluctuate, right? And we can do our best to choose how we feel in any given situation. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, right? Sometimes it's like, I'm not going to allow this to affect me. This so-and-so said some passive-aggressive comment to me, or financially something bad happened, and you can, choose to not allow it to affect you emotionally, or just kind of be an observer of it, and it works, right? And then sometimes, it doesn't. Sometimes something bad, something that is perceived as negative happens in your world, and it's much harder to shake off, right? So, this is always a very sensitive time of the year for me, because January 11th is the anniversary of my sister's suicide. So, I always struggle a little bit during this time. So, it's been a little rough in some ways, but then in other ways it's been really good, yeah, that's what's been going on with me these days. I have some new pants that I'm debuting today. Check out these beautiful pants. Right? Pretty fun, right? Pretty fun pants. Another reason why this has been a little bit of a tough time for me is because I lost a friend recently. The person in charge of her estate gave me this. This was her bracelet. So I'm wearing that. I wear that in honor of her when I do these meditations. And then she gave me this pair of pants and a couple pairs of her pants that I've been wearing. So it kind of helps me remember her, and keep her in my thoughts. She was into very pretty things. Look at this beautiful stone that I have the honor of holding for her in this earthly realm. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my existence. Let's see. Earthy Mom, you say a major loving energy tonight. Very healing. Good. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yeah, I always give what I can, and I think we all do, right? So yeah, we had such great energy over at Inspiritus earlier today, or earlier tonight. So then I was able to take that and give some of that to the world, right? And that's. I'm pretty lucky to be able to do that, to be able to share that with others. So, it gives it makes me really happy to know that I can help some people out there in the world. And then you say, "Bless you, Agni, sending love." And dude, for real, you love those pants. They look so comfy. They are. They're like the most comfortable pants I've ever owned. Right? They're super comfortable. And I love. By the way, I'm big into contrast. I'm huge into contrast. So notice I'm wearing the Septic Flush shirt, right? And then I got like the these pants with the septic flesh shirt, right? I like mixing and matching, and I love the contrast. I like showing that you can be into like metal and still meditate, right? And that you can you don't have to be one dimensional. Like I'm a chess player. I have a master's in philosophy. I'm into moshing. I love mosh pits. There's no one who loves a mosh pit more than me. So like. Different incompatible things can go together, as long as your foundation is solid. That's what I've learned in life. If you have a solid foundation, for me, the center of my foundation is pure love, right? So that's my metaphysics. So as long as my foundation is pure love, I can incorporate elements that typically don't go so well together. But sometimes it's tough and sometimes it's difficult, but I train too. I'll go off into the woods like at 3 a.m. And I'll put on headphones, listen to some really intense metal, and I'll meditate and I'll sit there in a state of perfect peace and oneness, right? While I got someone screaming in my ear, for an hour and a half, right? But it's good because here's the thing: if you do that kind of stuff, then and you're able to achieve perfect peace and oneness in that state, then. When you're out in the worldly realm and something happens, you're more likely to be able to channel that inner state of love and peace within you. And so that's my reasoning. Whether it's a smart move, I don't know. I mean, I just do it. Okay, all right. I'm missing a ton of stuff in chat. Let's see, where are we at here? Okay. One slug. Yeah. You like the colors? Yeah, I love these pants too. They're beautiful. I'm gonna be wearing these a lot these days. That's like one of my goals is to wear these pants a lot. Like I know people have some major New Year's resolutions, and my New Year's resolution is to try to wear these pants. Nope, just evil. Hey, what's up, Alex? How you doing, brother? You said very relaxing session, and the septic flesh was a nice touch. Yeah, right. I throw that in there, man. I throw that in there, right? It's just like a nice. It's like a nice addition. It's like a nice addition to the stream, right? I got to keep people on their toes, right? You said, "Oh, that's awesome. You're honoring her like this." Yeah, right. And by the way, she was a hardcore metalhead. She was a really awesome human being. She was way more metal than I am. I mean, she was one of those girls that's like always at a show. Like she's always at an awesome concert. She's hanging out backstage. She was like really, really into the scene. I'm more of like, go to a concert every now and then like, hang out and like, listen to music, on my own with friends. Right. But she was like, always into the scene and like hardcore. And, so like, yeah, she was a good person. Let's see. And Earthy Mom, you say, it's all about balance. Balance is so crucial. Balance is so crucial. It's something I struggle with a lot, finding balance. And I think, that's just pretty common. I mean, it's pretty much everyone I've ever met, at some point is going to be, not be very balanced. I mean, that's just it's part of the human condition, right? There's, if there was a way to just be balanced all the time, but actually maybe it'd be boring if you were just always like perfectly balanced. Who knows, right? Who knows? Let's see, Earthy Mom, you said that's beautiful. You totally understand. Well, thank you. Yeah. I just I want to honor her memory and just try to find order in the chaos of this dualistic framework in which we appear to inhabit. Nope, just evil. You say comfy and vibrant. You can still see them in the dark. Hey, I should turn on the light though. So you can get a better view of the full colors. Look how awesome these pants are. They're like definitely the most comfortable pants like ever. I know it's kind of weird. I'm just like wiggling my leg like in front of the camera. Like imagine if you just like walked into the stream. If you not walked in obviously, but imagine if you just came into this stream right there and that was like the first thing you saw. Like that would be pretty weird. That would be pretty ridiculous, right? It would be pretty absurd. But it's good. I like the absurd. I've always been a big fan of absurdity. Going back to Camus and then further on, with all the French existentialists and then going into movies and art. David Lynch. I don't know how many of you out there are David Lynch fans. I'm a huge David Lynch fan. In fact, he is my favorite director of all time. I'm going to go so far to to say that. David Lynch is my favorite director. Those of you who don't know him, you should look him up. I mean, Blue Velvet, Lost Highway, Mulholland Drive, the Twin Peaks series. I mean, he's just done everything. Wild at Heart, Racerhead. The guy is just a prolific director, and he does what I do. He likes to combine two seemingly opposite things. He likes contrast, like very stark, distinct contrasts between things that typically don't mesh well together. But he's able to make them work together in this kind of weird, unsettling yet beautiful way. And if someone can do that, if someone can find harmony and like beauty in something unsettling, like that, like if they can portray it, if a director can actually convey that to the audience, that's pretty awesome in my mind. K-Rob, hey, welcome in. Good to see you. You said you did, haha. You did what? You did what? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know the context, but you're here. You're here. K-Rob is one of my good friends. It's good to see you. Agni always appreciates it when K-Rob hops in. When are we hanging out next? What's the deal? K-Rob is actually one of my IRL friends. It's always good when my IRL friends pop in and say hi. Taylor, you say haha. If you came into chat and saw that, you'd just be like, nice thighs. By the way, my thighs are the strongest part of my body. I have very strong thighs. I don't know what. I think it's from all the years of Bikram yoga. And running. I'm a runner too. Probably the combination of the two, right? So a lot of dudes are just they have ridiculous, huge muscles, right? And I'm not a weakling by any means. My chest and arms are strong, but my thighs are fucking ridiculous. Like my quads are crazy strong. I have crazy strong thighs and quads and all that. So that's where I get a lot of strength from there. It's kind of interesting, it kind of creates some balances too, because they're so strong that they kind of pull on my lower back a little bit. So I've had some back issues because of it. Juggling Biohazard, did you say I got those power glutes? I've totally been working on my glutes the last year, so they're definitely more in order. They still can't compete with my thighs, but the glutes I'm definitely working on. All right, this just got ridiculous. Oh, K-Rob, I see you came in when I was showing the pants. That is so funny. That's why you say you did. Yeah, isn't that absurd? That was me. It's one of my most ridiculous moments. Just showing those pants. Actually, no. I still will say, and whoever was here when this happened, you'll probably agree with me. The most ridiculous moment on stream was when I was doing the shirtless guided meditation, and then someone on top of that redeemed Parmenides makes an appearance. That's my cat. And I'm allergic to her, so I'm shirtless, so I'm holding her on my neck, right? And she's and her claw, I had not cut her claws in a little while, so her claws were pretty much razor sharp, right? And then she started going like this, and cutting me up, and I'm allergic, so the cuts were the dander and all that was getting in the cuts, and it was itching, but I had to do the channel redemption. That was probably the most ridiculous scene ever. Yeah, imagine if you walked in on that. You're coming in for a guided meditation and you see that, right? That would be pretty, that's a little too much maybe for some people. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I think we're gonna be calling it a night. Cause I don't know. I don't feel like streaming for another 6 hours. I used to do the real long streams. But let's hold on. Let's send some love someone's way. So stick around for just a sec, Stick around for a sec. We're going to see who's out there in the Twitch world, and we're going to send some love that way. K-Rob, yeah, I know. I'm totally allergic to cats. It's ridiculous. My whole life I was never allergic to cats. And then I got this cat, and then I developed allergies to her. And obviously, I'm not going to get rid of her because she's part of my family, So I'm allergic to my cat. So every time I play with her, I have to wash my hands, and I not touch my eyes and stuff like that. But yeah, so anyway, she was all over my chest, and I was shirtless and cutting me up, and it was quite the scene. Let me tell you, it was quite the scene. Okay, if you're a subscriber, copy and paste this raid sign. Let's see who's out there in the Twitch world. It's always good to spread the love around and find someone to stream. I know exactly who I'm going to, or find someone to raid. I know exactly who I'm going to raid. I am going to raid a good friend of mine, Last Night's Ghost. Some of you might know her. I like her because she does a lot of very novel stuff. She watches like B horror flicks and does tells scary stories, and she's kind of like a unique person. You know, I like unique people that do interesting things that are not cookie cutter stuff, right? So let's get her. Let's throw her a raid. And thank you all so much again. Earth and Mom, you have a beautiful night as well. It was awesome seeing you today. It was really good seeing you. Hopefully I'll see you Monday. Thank you all again. Namaste.